Look, y'all, this might be a long one. What's going on TikTok? Listen, y'all be careful for those friends, family members, or love interest, you know what I'm saying, future prospect, any of these weirdos that start mimicking you, right? And I'm not talking about like mimicking, me in the sense of taking, my words and stuff. And I've already discussed that. Hell, everybody's doing that. I'm talking about like mimicking you, like mimicking how you move, mimicking how you do your videos, mimicking maybe your journey, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden they're spiritual now when it wasn't a big concern of theirs whenever you first had ran into them. You gotta be cognizant of these kind of people and what they're doing because, they're obsessing over you and, they're gonna, do all the nice love bombing things or whatever, but you gotta remember, this is a weirdo. And I'm only saying that, and I mean it in the nicest way of saying it because they might not know they're being a weirdo, but you're noticing everything they're doing. You're noticing them, copying you on multiple platforms. You're noticing them, what seems to be mimicking you, but still staying in touch with you. You can tell if they're not interested in you. So at this point, they're just a copycat that came under, it seems almost like, well, from my particular situation, it seems like this person may have been interested in the beginning, but more so maybe their friend or their girlfriend or whatever is more interested in me, and maybe this person wanted to figure out, how I move or whatever to be more appealing to that person or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just, this is what I do. I just like messing with stuff. I got this new power. I just be fooling with it, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm just like trying to figure out what this person's doing. But again, they're mimicking everything I do across the platforms. Sorry, y'all, the battery just went down 20%. Multiple platforms. So not just on TikTok. We're talking about TikTok, waiting on this joker to get to YouTube, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Just across multiple platforms. And then, they're starting to look like you in the way they're moving, you know what I'm saying, in their videos and stuff and the way they're making their content. So it's getting kind of creepy, but they're liking all your videos and they're trying to engage a little bit. They're really just a low-level stalker. You don't know what their intent is or what their plans are going to be, but I'm letting you know that when you start seeing this, don't let them play it off with the smiles or the nice comments or whatever. This is weird behavior. And again, this goes back to, blocking out your intuition and your discernment and trying to go with logic. Well, logically, you might think, oh, it's an attractive person and they're mimicking me. That's flattery, da-da-da-da-da. No, stop thinking that kind of way. Someone mimicking you verbatim is not flattery. That person doesn't know how to move. That person admires you, and that admiration can turn into a stand real quick, okay? So you need to pay attention to this kind of stuff. You don't have to do nothing or make no moves on it. What I like to do, I like to throw little subtle jabs, right? So I'll make little videos if this person knows it's directed directly to them, right? And she'll be like, oh, okay. And, hopefully she'll get the hint. As I'm seeing that she's not getting a hint, which lets me know she's not watching the videos, she's just liking the videos and keeping it trucking, because if she was watching them, she would know that they're addressed to her, right? So she's playing. All right, cool. All right, you know what I'm saying? I got time on my hands. But see, what I'm doing is studying. I'm getting all the information I need about these weirdos, so the next weirdo that approaches me, I can possibly get rid of her quicker than this one that stuck around long enough for me not to even figure out, but I figured her out before I got in any physical contact with her. It's still a win, right? We're having these weird situations come up, and with the way these dating channels are and other channels and, TikToks, these narcs are finding different ways to infiltrate and try to take your essence and get your supply and try to become you, and you have to be real vigilant. Don't fall for the good looks. Don't fall for the flattery. Don't fall for the love bombing. Try to reach for that intent. Meaning no longer go off of, see, people are collecting all this information about dating and making these checklists. And when I start getting checklist type stuff, you're out of here. There's no reason for a man and a woman who's using their God-given intuition, who can get a vibe from somebody and are taking it slow on getting to know each other, that we need to go off a checklist. That's a speed dating type of system. We're not doing that. We're not looking for those type of people. That's a speed dating system to bed somebody as quick as possible to find out if they're bettable or not. We're not doing that. Okay, that's not going to happen no more. Remember resetting this. Because the problem is it was guys doing it for the most part back in the day, and the women were doing it, they're being discreet with it. Now everybody doing it, no one cares. It's jumping to bed as soon as you can and probably not even know the person's name. What in the world? No. Goofball goobers, no. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this, y'all. We're gonna chill out on this a little bit. We're gonna take a step back, and I want you to reevaluate things. You know what I'm saying? When you're meeting new people and they give you this weird energy, if they start coming off like they're mimicking you, if they're too like, you know, if they're doing too much. It's one thing for somebody to like you, but it's a whole other thing for them to start mimicking everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can tell their intentions aren't right. You can always see it in their eyes, but they want to sit here and play games with you for whatever weirdo reason. You don't even know this person really. Even if it's your friend, you don't really know them if they're playing games like this and mimicking you. This is somebody new. They wouldn't be a long-term friend if they were doing, you would have been and got rid of them. So when you start seeing this behavior from a new friend, a family member you just got back in touch with after a while, or some new prospect that you thought was a prospect that's showing you they're a freaking narc, right? Let them go immediately. Don't ignore the signs for some checklist. All right.